Hey everyone, it's Kelly with Blue Moon Estate Sales here. Guess what? We got our first sale of the year. So we're up in Cheyenne this weekend and let's go take a look. Okay, we're going to do this tour kind of different than we usually do. I usually kind of start you as we come in the house, but today it's dark already and so I'm just kind of doing things a little bit weird. So in this room, we've got our personal care. We got a little bit of holiday, a ton of sewing. This lady was apparently quite the seamstress. We've got a little bit of fabric back there, not a ton, but a lot of sewing and stuff. Okay, and then I don't know if I showed this already or not, but there's a lot of instruments in this house. So we've got 2 accordions, 3 keyboards, a guitar case. There's a guitar back there. So there's a lot of instruments in this house. One of the sisters was a musician, and so there you go. And then this is kind of the clothing room. We've got both men's and women's here. The majority, well, actually, I can't even say. A lot of it is men's. We've got some great boots there. And then a lot of jackets and coats. And this was also kind of where we put the overflow for, that's a twin bed there. This is kind of where we put the overflow for the instruments because we ran out of room. Okay, we got some dishes in the kitchen here. That's a Shawnee cookie jar back there. Got a fair amount of Pyrex. This here is actually the Pyrex Pink Flamingo dinnerware set. I know, I've never seen it either. Got lots of Looney Tunes, collectible glasses. And then over here, we've got... that's a Hamilton Beach stand mixer there. I love this, of course you can't see it because the cutter thing is in the way. But look at that Sylvester teapot. Isn't that cute? Got a couple ice cream makers. Got a sieve. And then that's some more holiday, lots of servingware type stuff. And then pots and pans. That's actually a Wolfgang Puck food processor up there. There's a Jack LaLanne juicer, if you're old enough to remember Jack LaLanne. And then we've got a couple blenders there and another food processor. There is also a cooker. Oh my gosh, words are killing me. Got a couple of cast iron pots here. I love this crock with the owl on it. Okay, and then in here we've got some knickknacks. This gentleman was in the I think it was in the Navy for years. And so we've got a little bit of militaria type stuff. Got some old newspapers. Check out this. I love that with the picture of Babe Ruth on it. We're currently watching Ken Burns' baseball series. So the whole last episode was all about Babe Ruth. So I'm kind of like aware of and kind of into Babe Ruth right now. This is the jewelry. There will be more jewelry. I've got a lot of it at home that I just haven't finished testing and sorting yet. Okay? Okay, we get down to the bottom of the stairs. We've got this weird little room here that we kind of turned into the linens room. This is a little gossip bench. I think it is so cute. Here, let me move the stuff that's sitting on it so that you can actually see the gossip bench. But isn't that cute? I think it's kind of an unusual one. So there you go. And then we've got the linens. Nothing exciting there. We do have some great little knick-knacky things. There's some wall pockets there. Look at these cute little figurines. I love those vintage cats. Aren't those cute? And then got a lot of clothes here. A lot of these are his. We've actually got some of his, like there's a couple of his caps. We've got a lot of like pea jackets. And then look at the cute little banks up there. Here's some more militaria type stuff. And then we go out here into this room. And this room was kind of the catch-all. I love these foil type pictures. I think these are always very cool. We do have 3 sewing machines. So we've got this one here that is a Recliner, definitely vintage. We've got this one that is a Singer that is definitely more modern. It does, see, it's got like all the stitches and stuff. Globe, little bit of exercise equipment. Got a couple bike. A fair number of books. We've got a lot of vintage books. There's a full set of Encyclopedia Britannica. My guess is they're from the 60s, so they're definitely probably not good resource material for like world geography or anything like that. We've got the full set here of the Old West and then the Fabulous Century. Lots of vintage magazines here. The West was definitely one of their areas of interest. So here's something I haven't seen in a while. A VHS movie camera. This is a little slot car set. And then we've got lots of games and puzzles. Lots of Charles Wysocki. So I know a lot of people really like the Charles Wysocki. Look at the Cootie game. Isn't that great? I mean, some of these games are pretty dang old. You've got Bible Tic-Tac-Toe and Social Security. Game of the States down there. I mean, just kind of fun. This is kind of interesting. This is a set, they call it Puzzle Parties. And so it's got all these silly little puzzles, I guess, that people could sit around together and do puzzles independently while they're together. And there you go. There's this itty bitty little office back in here. He was into genealogy. So apparently he spent a lot of his retired time back here. He collected all these little models of planes and cars. There's an old cloptometer. That's even before me, kids. That's a long time ago. Got our office supplies. If you need binders, holy cow, do we have binders for you. And then we've got a couple 4-drawer file cabinets, a 2-drawer file cabinet, and then we've got a safe. And we do have the combination for that safe. It's probably pretty heavy, just so you know. And then we've got some more books. This is the Voices of the Civil War set. And then we've got the National Historical Society Images of War series, which I think is great. Check out this book. Automobile Dealer and Repairer 1910. There's some old information, huh? It's an office. It's nothing exciting. Okay. We do have this freezer. It's an upright freezer. It does work. It's still got frost in it. Cleaning supplies. And then vacuums. We've got, I think, 4 or 5 vacuums here. So definitely got some vacuums. We've got a Maytag set of washer and dryer. Those are available. Look at this great dress. It's like a prom dress from probably the 70s. And some older electronics. So if you or somebody you know is into the old PCs or the old monitors, we got a few of them here. Some more books, old bottles. Check out these old chairs. Aren't those great? Okay. And then check out this old Formica tabletop. We've got the tabletop. There's a leaf there. We've got the 4 chairs that go with it. Those were in that other basement room that I showed you first. You know what I forgot to show you down here is, look at this great console stereo. This was like the center of life when I was a kid. We had our console stereo and we played our 8 tracks and our albums on it, and sometimes even the radio. All right, our last stop is the garage. We look at this beautiful safe. It's a fireproof, what is it? It's a Winchester brand safe. Really a nice gun safe. Another 4-drawer file cabinet there. Little grill. Snowblower. Ramps. A shop vac. And then we've got this, what do they call that? I can't remember what they call those kinds of saws. Bandsaw, that's the word I'm looking for, bandsaw. And a grinder. Lots of power tools. Here's the other sewing machine. I told you there was another one. And then this is all a bunch of hardware. There is a drill press there. That's a vintage drill press, kids. And then some hand tools. We do have a whole bunch of Wyoming license plates. Check them all out. Those are all license plates. And a lot of them are the same number. So this 21313, I think we've got from like 1960 to I don't know, like late 70s, I want to say, in that one license plate. We are up in Cheyenne. The address is 1815 Crook Avenue. If you know where the Blue Credit Union is, like on the corner of Converse and Pershing, we're right behind there. So right centrally located, easy for you to get to. There's actually a decent amount of street parking, which some houses are not the case. So come out and see us. We look forward to getting this first sale of the year done. Talk to you soon. Bye.